What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Gifted Gamer 204 back at it again with another banger. In today's video, we will be going over three particular topics. But before we go ahead and do that, if you are new, please consider subscribing to the channel, hitting the like button as we keep on rolling, ladies and gentlemen. So now that we got that out the way, let's get on with today's first topic of the video, people, and it is the big major announcement. Okay, so here we go, and this is over at Eurogamer.com. Okay, so it says here, Indiana Jones and the Gray Circle's PS5 release date will be announced tomorrow, leaker suggests. Okay, let's see here. Indiana Jones and the Gray Circle's PS5 release date will reportedly be announced tomorrow, 24th March. That's according to ultra reliable leaker Bill Coon, who not only shared the proposed announcement date, but also revealed the cover art too. Indiana Jones and the Gray Circle's spring arrival on PS5 has been known for a good few months now, and earlier this month, Bill Coon said the Gray Circle will launch on Sony consoles on the 17th of April. Tomorrow, they announced on X earlier today, Indiana Jones and the Gray Circle on PS5 will be announced on March 24th. Here's an exclusion look on Sick It's box art. Okay, I'm not sure what they were trying to say. But this is the official tweet from Bill Coon, and this is it right here, ladies and gentlemen. Those of y'all who are looking forward to this game, you know, I'm pretty sure you're hyped right now. So it's coming with a physical copy of the game, right? And including a physical disc, not just a code inside of it, right? So this will be your premium edition. This is going to be your standard edition, okay? Let's continue on here. According to graphics uncovered by Bill Coon, pre-orders will get the Last Crusaders pack, which includes the traveling suit outfit and the Lion Tamer whip, while those who buy the premium edition will secure 2 days early access to the DLC, the Order of Giants, as well as a digital art book and the Temple of Doom outfit. On top of the pre-order bonuses, it seems like Premium Edition will be available as both a digital and physical version. And this is the picture right here. We're gonna click it in just a second. I just want to get through this article real quick. Bill Coon has also asserted that a game disc will be included in the physical version of the Premium Edition, although it seems an internet connection will still be required to download the game and its content. Challenged on their sources, Bill said the information comes via metadata. Okay, so and this is just something that they decided to write at Eurogamer. Smart, fun, and so very Indiana Jones, says Eurogamer's Catherine Castle wrote in her 5-star review of the Great Circle last year. This is a stealth action tour de force that marks a bold new era for machine games. It was also voted Eurogamer's Game of the Year in 2024. So, not only did she give it a 5-star review, they also said for Eurogamer's website, it was their Game of the Year in 2024. So, those of y'all who haven't played Indiana Jones and are excited, and can't wait for this to come out, this should come as good news. I don't know if you take these gaming sites seriously when they speak on their Game of the Years and things like that, but just listening to that should get you pretty excited for this game coming to PlayStation. And let's click on this. And before we click on this, getting back to this, I mean, you will need an internet because it's still required to download the game, right, from the physical disc. It's so crazy because it takes me back, like back in the days when we had physical media, we didn't need to download anything. Like that's what the disc was for. Like you just put it inside the system and the game is ready to play right there and then. There's no waiting, 40 minutes, 30 minutes for the game to download all its data and things like that. So, it's crazy to me that we're actually in the future and we have to do that. When we were in the past, it was actually a lot easier and we didn't have to do any of that. So it's crazy to me. it makes the CD, just basically, useless. It's like, what's it for? But anyways, right? Let's continue on here, and let me show you this here real quick, because this is the premium edition content, right? Let me move myself out the way so you can get a clear picture of this, right? Okay, let me this. Okay, so there it is, right? Um, this will be the premium edition, so digital and physical versions available, and you get the Order Giants story DLC as well, early 2-day early access. You get the digital art book, you get the Temple of Doom outfit, okay? Classic Indiana, and you get the pre-order bonus, the Last Crusade pack, which is a traveling suit outfit and the Lion Tamer whip, okay? And this is the pre-order. You just get the pre-order bonus, which is this, right? With the standard editions. But if you get the premium, you get it all right? So that's it right there. But yeah, y'all let me know down below how y'all feel about this. Are y'all actually picking this up when it crosses over to PlayStation? Are you excited for it? Let me know. Let me know how you guys feel in the comment sections down below, right? We're gonna keep moving, ladies and gentlemen, to the next topic of this video. Crossing you over to pushsquare.com. All right. So it says here, journalist apologizes for adding fuel to the Final Fantasy 16 flopped on PS5 fire. Okay. When a game gets the stretch of failure, it can be hard to shake. We saw this in the most extreme instance with Concord, a game that admittedly had plenty of faults but just couldn't shake the bad reputation attached to it. Final Fantasy 16 has never been victim to such extreme treatment, but there has been a recurring sentiment among fans and the media that it's a flop. Square Enix hasn't exactly helped matters, at one point appearing to blame slow uptake of the PS5 as the reason for its shortcomings. PS5 has actually been selling roughly on pace with the PS4, although the stock shortages were still a factor when the game first launched in 2023. The release shipped over 3 million units in its first week on sale, but an article from Japanese website Kabutan earlier this month, widely picked up on by Western media, quoted Square Enix president Takashi Kairu as saying the game had sold just 3.5 million units to date. Okay, so that would mean, if accurate, it has sold little more than 500,000 units since launch, including on PC, where it released in 2024. Many use this data to justify their feelings about the game and its timed exclusivity, but an update issued by Kabutan has now revealed that Kairu never said those numbers at all. So, quote here, the original article stated that the number of copies of Final Fantasy 16 was spoken by Square Enix president Takashi Kairu at a financial results briefing, but this was based on Toyo Security's own estimate and was an incorrect statement by the author. The site since said via Google Translate, "We apologize for the correction." They continue on here. Of course, this once again reframes the discussion. Clearly, Final Fantasy 16 didn't perform to Square Enix expectations, but likely the game has sold upward of 4 or 5 million units at this point, which seems like a reasonable enough return to us. We know that the Japanese publisher is more aggressively pursuing a multi-platform release strategy moving forwards, but we'd expect PlayStation to continue its partnership with Final Fantasy and push wherever else is coming out hard. Okay, and that is the article right there. I don't know what made Toyo Securities say something like that, that the game has sold 3.5 million units to date. I don't know what made them do that, but these are things that we got to look forward to, right? This is why when we get leaks, when we get rumors and things of that nature, right? And even like the amount of units sold for games or consoles, whatever it is, right? until it's not official from, you know, let's say like the president of Square Enix or any company in particular, right? Unless it is one of their, you know, correspondents um, for that particular company to come out and say that, you know, you have to take everything into consideration, right? That it could be false or it could be true, right? Um, and this is just another example right here. Like like they said, everybody's been calling Final Fantasy 16, you know, a flop for some reason, right? Especially and Square Enix didn't help, right, with that argument. But as you see here, you know, it should be over like 4 to 5 million copies sold to date right now, right? And like they said, to me, that's a great number. You understand? Like, for just PlayStation alone to sell that many copies, especially in its first week, that's a lot of copies. Now, Square Enix doesn't help either because they have not told us what were the expectations for this game to sell. They didn't say a number. They haven't thrown out a number out there. So we can only guess. So by now, for selling 4 to 5 million copies, that's not good. Okay, so tell us what is good. Selling and also selling 3 million copies in its first week of sales is not good. Okay, so tell us what's good. You know, come out and speak up and tell the people we were expecting to sell, you know, 6 million copies in its first week. Let it be known. So now we know the type of expectations that you are having for this game. You know, make things clear. Now, getting to the last part of it, you know, they're aggressively pursuing platform release strategy. We all know they came out. They want to go multi-plat and things like that. So it will no longer be an exclusive to PlayStation. But like they're saying here, I do still think that they're still gonna run with PlayStation as far as all the marketing goes on with the game, right? Because they see PlayStation as the moneymaker. They know where it's at, right? They just found, you know, I believe they just found an excuse to just go and, you know, release on PC as well, because that's where I believe that they're targeting. They want to go multi-plat on PC, not necessarily Xbox, right? They're thinking about PC. So this is where I believe, you know, that they're targeting this. They want to see what their numbers will look like if they release day and date on PC. So, but as far as the marketing goes, they're still gonna give it to PlayStation because they know Final Fantasy and PlayStation goes hand in hand. So it'll be only right. But, you know, you're also gonna have those PC numbers on the back end, right? So, but let's see how that turns out for them. We don't know yet, so let's see. But anyways, yeah. That's all I had to say about this article. Y'all let me know how y'all feel down below. Did y'all enjoy Final Fantasy 16? If you did get it, like, let me know down below, because a lot of people said they didn't like it for some reason. But let me know. All right. So we're gonna move on to the last topic of this video, ladies and gentlemen. And without further ado, here we are, people. Okay, here we are. The rumor now is the new God of War PS5 game returns to Greece this year. So Sony has a completely new God of War PS5 game up its sleeve that sees Kratos return to Greece and is releasing later this year, new claims suggest. As the franchise's 20th anniversary, the 22nd of March, comes and goes with just God of War Ragnarok armor and skins, a tribute video, and merch, Jeff Grubb of Giant Bomb has fueled more speculation around the series. In a series of Blue Sky posts, he states there's still a Greek God of War thing coming out this year, but it's not a remaster collection. It's a new side story project. When someone questions the scope of the project in relation to the mainline entries, Grubb says to set your expectations lower. This suggests it could be a title of similar size to Marvel Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales, which is what we're expecting, right? Um, okay, it says here. Okay, everyone keeps asking about this. This is Jeff Grubb. So I've tried to find out more. There's still a Greek God of War thing coming out this year, but it's not a remaster collection. It's a new side story project. And he also has said, I think that those God of War remaster rumors just jumped the gun a little bit. That stuff will happen closer to this. Grubb was one of the sources suggesting a remaster collection of the original God of War games might be confirmed around the time of the 20th anniversary, so this weekend, but he's now stated that he was never told about a remaster collection. Okay? We're going to get back to this. Instead, he reached out to a source about the rumors that I saw were focused on a collection, and they told me that nothing God of War would happen at the state of play, but something could show up at the anniversary. So he says here, I was never told about a remaster collection, but I asked a source about the rumors that I saw were focused on collection. So this is basically what they said here, right? That's his tweet. Um, these new claims line up with suggestions made by Tom Henderson of Insider Gaming earlier this year, who said the rumor game will star a younger Kratos. This project is supposedly separate from the one that was recently canceled by Sony, which was a live service take from Demon Souls developer Blue Point Games. So, would you be interested in a God of War game that returns to Greece? Okay, so let's get back to the article, right? He did this is the thing about these leakers and these insiders and things like that, right? We get back to it again, right? Taking the rumors for what they are. You understand? Taking these insider leaks and things like that, take it for what it is. It's a rumor and something might be a leak, but it's not for certain, right? This goes back to Jeff Grubb. Because now he's trying to cover his rear end, saying that he never heard anything about a remaster collection coming about. But like it said in this article, if y'all remember, he was one of the people that were saying, that a remaster, the Greek Saga remaster collection was coming out, and it was going to be announced right before the God of War event they were having over in California, right? Which was the gallery for the 20th anniversary. He said that it was gonna happen before that. So those of y'all who was with me, remember I spoke on this and I said, listen, we're according to the rumors with Jeff Grubb said and the rest of them, that it's not going to be on the anniversary while the gallery was going on. It was going to be before it. So remember, I was like, oh, that means we still have like 5 days left to see for the remaster announcement, and nothing came about. The gallery came, it went, and nobody said anything. Everybody was just hushed, right? Nobody came out, even while the gallery thing was going on, and said, oh, I apologize. I know I said that the remaster collection was due to be announced sometime before the gallery happened, but it didn't. So I guess I was wrong. Like taking accountability. Like we're looking towards these insiders, for these type of announcements and things like that. So the fact that now he's sitting here saying that he was never told about a remaster collection when he was one of them that actually told us that we were gonna hear an announcement about it. It just says a lot. And this is what I don't like about people like this. It's what I don't like, because he's trying to go back on his word. Like, no, you already said it. What y'all should have done was just come out and publicly, apologize to the people and let it be known that it's not coming out, that, it was whatever, a misunderstanding, whatever it was. So now he's saying that it's a new side project that they're gonna announce. It's still in the Greek Saga thing, so we're going back to the young Kratos and things like that. And to that I say, if that is true, I'm not speaking on it's gonna happen. I'm just speaking about the idea of it, right? So if it is true, then I am very excited about it. Because like they saying here, this is not, and I said this before. As long as they're not going back as the main game, you know, them going back to Greek, like as long as it's not that, then I'm totally fine with it. If it's a side project like Spider-Man Miles Morales, it's perfect. That's the perfect situation for something like this. You know, because like I said, for the newer God of War games, I would like them to go over to Egypt and have him fighting, the Egyptian gods and things like that. So even if they do the Aztec, right? That's another area they could tackle. But what's being rumored right now is Egypt, so I'm going with the whole Egyptian theme of it. So I'll be totally on board with it if it's a side project like that. But just getting back to these leaks and these rumors, listen, man, always take a rumor and a leak for what it is and nothing more. Until people, until very reliable, either someone that's very reliable or, an actual spokesperson for the company come out and say something, then we go about it a different way. But when it's people like this, like Jeff Grubb and other people like leakers and things like that, we just got to take the rumor for what it is, and that's that. Oh, he said that? Okay. Will speak about it, but it's not like I'm going to be sitting here talking about, oh, it's happening, because Jeff Grubb said it. It's happening. Like that's not what we're going to do. We'll look at it, and we're going to talk about it. We'll discuss it, and I'll give my opinion on it, but that's as far as we're going to take it. And that's that, right? So, y'all let me know how y'all feel about this one right here. Will you be open to having a new side project of God of War? Going back to young Kratos and things like that, being some sort of Miles Morales type of game. Let me know whether that's something that interests you. And how do you feel about these leakers and these insiders when they go about things like this, and their stories that they've been rumoring actually does not happen, and something like Jeff Grubb does, and he retracts and he goes back on his word, like if he didn't say it, right? So let me know how y'all feel about those things, man, because it's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous, bro. So thank y'all so much for being here today. If you are new and you did like what you see here, please consider subscribing to the channel, hitting the like button. Thank y'all so much for taking time out of your day. I do greatly appreciate it. And with that being said, it is your boy, the gifted one here. And I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. I'm gone.